Welcome, podcast listeners. You are here with your host, it's Mr. BudgetPedalChap. We are here on episode 11T1.
11T1.
11T1, yes. It's all the ones, 111. And you just heard the beautiful tones of a man from man right there. That is Mr. Matt Quine. Say hi, Matt.
Hi, Matt.
Hey. It's beautiful. Beautiful. Oh. So, I think we are gonna do our standard stuff. We're gonna do our what we've been up to and all this jazz. But before we do, I'm gonna give a shout out to my brother, because he's keeping me in check. So today's Monday. We're recording on the same day that the last podcast dropped. And if you have caught up on that, you'll catch that the title is something like "Don't Shit on the Foo Fighters," which he read the title, thought, "What's going on here?" Because I've always been of the opinion that the Foo Fighters are at very best beige, and he thought, "Are you changing your opinion here because Matt and Lee think it's cool? Are you selling out?" So he got like 10 minutes into the podcast where you two were talking about the Foo Fighters in a positive manner, and called me up to say, "You've sold out, man," which is absolutely excellent. But then, like 2 minutes later, he realised that I then got straight up on that and went, "Nah, the shit." But I'm not gonna labour the point because there's two of you. So he was all good. He phoned me up and said, "Yeah, this." I was gonna call you out, but then you did exactly what you always do when it comes to the Foo Fighters. So we're cool. And I need to give him a salute with the fact that, as I mentioned a couple of weeks ago, he's really not into guitar gear, but he's soldiering on with these episodes. And he's given a bit of love to you, Matt. He says that you are absolutely hilarious. So, high five to my bro.
I'll second that. There
you go. You got a shout out on the podcast. Keep listening. That's the way it works. Bit of bribery. Let's rather than pontificate on what my brother's been doing this week, let's have a little bit of a chat. About what we've done. So Matt, what have you been up to?
I definitely haven't been buying anything yet.
so I'm loving this yet. Come on, spill some beans here.
So I don't know whether I mentioned it on the podcast or whether I've just been talking about it offline, but I think I want a Marshall Origin 5 so that it's switchable down to half a watt, which I think is probably acceptable for a flat.
Yeah.
And it'll also be loud enough to practice, certainly with the second band, because we practice in a tiny garage. So it'll be useful for that. It's got an effects loop, which means for the first time ever I'll be able to use an effects loop.
If you're anything like me, you'll be able to avoid using an effects loop.
I think that's probably going to be the case, but it's nice to have the option. And if I'm ever doing some budget pedal mat again, I can do the difference between in the loop and not in the loop.
I'm absolutely down for some budget pedal mat.
Yeah, so, once we're like not living in boxes, I'll do that. It's just I don't have any bedroom furniture at the moment, so I'm still living out of suitcases a month in at this point.
Yeah, I mean, it took us probably 2 months in the new house to unbox anything, pretty much, and we've been here probably a good 4 or 5 months now, and I mean, it was only like last week where we've got this new room sorted so that I can podcast in. So
yeah.
So I mean, don't feel too bad about it.
Yeah. But yeah, so I wanted the Origin. I want the Origin 5. So I was going to just pick that up because I've got enough cash to buy that outright. And then I was talking about it either last week or the week before that I was playing a telly with single coils that was far too heavy for me to ever use on stage. And I was like, I really want to get myself a telly with single coils, but I want something like really classy looking, something double bound. So I was having a look around, and there's obviously the Squire Classic Vibe Telly Custom.
I've eyeballed those a few times as well.
Yeah, so like together the amp and the guitar is like 700 quid.
That's not bad, is it? Really? That's really not bad.
Yeah, and I was just like, do you know what? I need to keep something on finance to keep my credit score positive, because I used overdraft for quite a long time, which is fine to start with, but once you kind of are using it for like 5 years and you keep hitting your overdraft limit, it starts to wear away at your credit score a bit.
Yeah.
So now that I've paid that off and paid off my other loan, I need something on finance that I'm actually actively paying off and using properly.
It's all about bolstering that. I'm loving the justification for this. This is literally the best.
Yeah, so I've just got to wait. I've just submitted proof of ID and proof of address.
Yeah.
And I'm now waiting for them to say yay or nay.
Who are you doing this with then?
GAC was the cheapest combination.
Oh, nice.
The amp and guitar. I looked at guitar. They have the amp for cheaper, but the guitar is like 80 or 90 quid more expensive than it was at GAC. I looked at Anderton's. I looked at Merchant City as well. And yeah, between the lot of them, including postage, GAC was the cheapest. So
that's the caveat, isn't it? Because I'm pretty sure if I phoned up Guitar and said, look, GAC have got this and this sorted for this price, they'll go on then. I mean, I had to do it with my Variacs because they were doing a flash sale on the Variacs, and they were doing it on all of the colours apart from the black one. The black one was like 20 quid more or something like that. So I emailed them and said, look, your offer was on, and I would happily buy one of the Variaxes for the price that you had them up, but you sold out of all the colours. I wanted the white, you sold out of that. I wanted the sunburst, you sold out of that. And all that they've got left is the black one. And then they came back to me within like 20 minutes and went, look, if you use this link, it will be the same price. And I went, yep, sound sorted. Application put in. So they were cool. But when it comes to postage to the Isle of Man, I am not entirely sure what would go there.
Yeah, so Guitar, Merchant City, and Anderton's all quoted 45 quid for amp on its own or amp and guitar.
Yeah. Okay, that's not terrible. The fact that they're bundling it.
But GAC were offering it for £19 for each, which comes to 38 quid. So postage is cheaper, the guitar is cheaper than anywhere else, and it's only the amp that's like 14 quid more expensive than a couple of the other places. So altogether, it was GAC were the cheapest for a change. Yeah, they've been doing a really weird thing as well with the Origins recently, where they've going on little flash sales. You'll get them for like 24 hours or 48 hours, where they'll go to like $299 or something, and then they'll jump back up. Yeah, that's the 20s. The 5, a lot of places have gotten down at $245 at the moment. Shit, mate, that is an interesting price that you just quoted there, Matthew. Yeah, in fact, your local So Good They Named It Twice store has got them at $245. Oh. And you know, you need a valve amp that you can switch from 5 down to half a watt. Everybody does. That's a bit. I mean, if the camera doesn't quite show it at the moment, but like behind me to the left is a HT5 and a
classic 30.
I can see.
And then to the right is another classic 30. So I'm not bereft of valve amps here. So,
but do any of them switch down to 1/2 a watt?
That is where you've got me. That is where you've got me. And the fact that I mean, I've been looking into like load boxes and stuff like that, so that I can do.
Oh, why?
So, yeah. Yeah, it's just the Wazza tube amp expander all over again, isn't it?
It is.
Oh shit, man!
It's a good job that wasn't a live cast.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, because there are many motions and hand gestures and all these kind of things that we definitely wouldn't have got away with. Yeah, so I mean, I've been looking into the kind of the cheaper reactive loads, and none of them will work with the PV because they have exactly the same problem that the AC30s have, or the AC15 as well, where the speakers are hardwired.
Yeah. So you can't just plug it in between the speaker and the amp.
Yeah, which is it's stupid. So yeah,
I mean, it's almost like they didn't want you to use anything to change their amp. They wanted you to get the best sound of their amp, which they believe is to turn it up all the way and don't put any sort of load box in it.
I mean, they're not wrong. They do sound cracking when you turn them up. However, like there's I know for sure that there's a certain little like 5-year-old gentleman that is like 2 rooms away from me who would not appreciate a classic 30 revving at full volume.
I mean, just do it anyway.
Yeah, dad instincts say no.
Yeah, no, I totally get it.
Yeah,
it's the same reason why I haven't even bothered bringing my AC15 up to the first floor of this place. I've actually just the other guitarist is storing it in his garage where he stores his gear at the moment. Fair because what's the point in carrying a 212 Vox up a flight and a half of stairs if you can't even plug it in?
Yeah, I mean, it's a fruitless endeavour, isn't it?
Yeah.
The only thing that will achieve is back problems. So yeah, no, I completely understand. But yeah, so I mean, it's made me kind of reconsider the classic 30 because if I can't attenuate it, the only time I get to use it is a practice room, and do I really need 2 of them if I can't even use one? But I mean, that's a discussion for another moment. Maybe, I don't know.
I still think you should sell one and get an Origin 5C.
I mean, that's a possibility. I should get a head, really, shouldn't I?
Classic 30 head.
Well, they do the classic 20s, don't they?
Oh, is it 20? Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, and they've got like a USB out as well, so you can go directly into a PC with that. So,
yeah.
So I mean, that would be it would be a useful thing. I don't know. It's all pipe dreams at the moment. Just swinging back to the classic Vibe tellies. Have you had a go on one of the classic Vibe tellies yet?
I haven't had it. So the one that I've got in the basket is the 60s custom. So it's the one with the rosewood board. I've only played a classic Vibe 50s, which is the one with the maple board.
Yeah, the butterscotch.
I think they're different pickups in them as well, I believe.
Well, it depends. So, as far as I understand it, the two standards, the ones which aren't the custom, you've got one which is in a blonde finish and one which is in a butterscotch finish, and both of those have got 2 different pickup sets. So if I'm right, and this is kind of trawling back maybe like a couple of years since I researched this, the butterscotch has got the Alnico 5s, and the blonde one has got the 3s, and that is the same as the custom.
No, the custom's got the 5s.
Oh, does the custom have the 5s?
Or certainly the one that's in my basket and that I'm waiting on finance for has Alnico 5 pickups in it.
Well, I can tell you categorically you are in for a treat.
Yeah. Like I say, the one that I'd played, I think the 50s, was the one with the 3s in it. So I don't think I've heard these particular pickups either. But I've heard nothing but good things about the classic vibe. And they look classier than the player, which is the only reason I didn't go down the player route.
Yeah.
I wanted something that had that double binding, and I don't think there's anything double bound in the player range.
No, you have to get to the Japanese FSR stuff, I think.
Which is twice the money of the player.
Yeah, it's like it's about 700-ish on its own.
I think this is 407. I think I'm paying for the guitar.
Yeah, I mean that's not bad at all. And if you can get over the fact that it says Squire on the headstock,
that doesn't bother me in the slightest.
The classic vibe telly that I had is one of the two instruments that I kind of semi-regret the classic vibe. The Dano is the one that I full-on do regret. And the only reason I semi-regret the classic vibe rather than a full regret is because I traded it for another telly. So, I traded it for the ESP kind of sunburst, battered, Ronnie Wood-esque, the one that's got the two telly neck pickups. So,
right, okay.
I mean, I look at them and go, yeah, I probably like them both as much, but it's not saying that the classic vibe was a worse instrument, not at all. And in fact, I liked the neck pickup on the classic vibe so much that I switched out the neck pickup in my thin line for one.
Yeah.
So if you hear my my thin line, the neck pickup is a standard
vibe.
Yeah, I mean unofficially we can't say that they're the same, but they are Tone Rider. Is it classic hot or vintage hot?
Vintage.
I think
it's vintage hot and classic.
It's vintage plus classic hot, and I think it's the vintage plus, which are the 5s.
They both mean the same thing. Those two sentences.
yeah. Yeah, it's and which is why we get confuddled at it so much. The only gripe that I could give was that the bridge pickup was a bit bright, but if you use the tone control, then you're absolutely sound.
Yeah, I mean, if worst comes to worst, I'll stick some type of quarter pounder style pickup.
And that's ideal. I mean, that's what I've got I've got that. Oh, I had that. Sorry, in the thin line, and then realised that an overwound, overpowered single coil in a guitar that's got a massive hole in it, probably not the greatest plan. So I've got something a bit more tame in there now. It's a really weird pickup actually. It's like a tapped pickup where the tap adds like a mid bump. I don't know what it is. Fletch put it in there. He didn't tell. He might have described to me what it did, but he uses technical sciencey words. He's just a tone wizard. So yeah. I mean, I've got nothing but great things to say about the classic vibe. I don't think it's going to be the last time I ever see a classic vibe as well. So it is what it is.
Yeah. So hopefully in the coming weeks, I will obtain both the Origin and the Classic Vibe. If the finance gets rejected for whatever reason, I'll just pick up the Origin and I'll save the Classic Vibe for later in the year. But I'm pretty set on getting one now.
Yeah, I mean, like, in terms of like Telecasters, I think I would probably put the Classic Vibe as over the player. I've heard great things about the Japanese ones, but I'd definitely put it over the player, because the old Mexicans didn't excite me too much, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I think the players are a step up from the old Mexicans, but the thing that, other than the looks, the thing that put me off the player series was the fact that there's 6 saddle bridges and not a proper telly bridge, whereas the Classic Vibe is a proper telly bridge. And I know you don't really care.
I am camp 6 saddle. All the way.
I'm not too fussed about perfect spotless intonation. I think with a proper telly, I think you need that brass saddle sound, and you don't get that from the 6 adjustable.
Has the custom got brass saddles then?
No, but I'll swap that out.
Because
they're not compensated either.
Yeah,
the standard one that comes on it is uncompensated.
The barrels with notches in them, which the barrels with notches in them, rather than the compensated ones, are actually a bit better. Because the problem I've had with compensated saddles is that because it's essentially just a ledge and no notch, the strings can move freely across the bridge, across the saddle, which means that you could put your string in tune, and if you bend up and it decides then to slip, it's then the spacing goes off and the tuning goes off, and I've had that happen.
But if you don't get the compensated ones, you're never going to intonate it anywhere near close.
Just get 6 saddles, mate.
I don't want 6 saddles. I've got 6 saddles on my Cabronita, and I'm like 70% sure that I'm going to swap that out for a proper telly bridge.
You need to get one of those really mental mastery bridges where you can adjust the kind of pitch of the, like it's 3 saddle, but you can adjust the tilt angle on it as well.
I mean, I was looking at getting another Callahan, because what's on my Cabronita now is a Callahan. And at the time, because it's not a proper telly bridge, it's only a short, like...
Mexican spacing.
Yeah, no, so instead of it being like a...
Oh, yeah, yours is cut off, isn't it? Yeah, it's not full bridge.
It's cut off really short. And they didn't do a 3 saddle version of those when I picked mine up in, like, 2013. But they do now.
Hey. I mean, you could have got the full version and a hacksaw, surely.
I mean, I could have done, but
a good 100 quid's worth. Just let me modify this, please.
Yeah, I'll spend 80 quid on a bridge and then cut it in half.
Yeah, it would pain you, wouldn't it?
Yeah. So but I keep putting one of those in a basket, going to checkout, and then buying pedals so that I can't afford it anymore.
Well, that's one way of preventing yourself from spending a lot of money on a bridge. So, yeah. I mean, it is what it is. Speaking of pedal purchases, I think this is where I'll actually show it you as well, Matt. So, I did a thing this week. And this is...
That's OD1?
OD3. OD3, yeah. If it was an OD1, I would be wetting my kegs. So OD3, yeah. I happened upon an OD3 this week.
It just magically appeared, did it?
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I must have tripped and fell. And then there was the OD3. I have gone on record quite a few times as saying some rather disparaging things about Boss. And I then got a DS1 that didn't sound bad. Then I picked up an SD1 which even didn't sound badder. If that's words. I mean, you understand what I'm saying. So I thought I'll try this OD3 and see. Because in my mind, if the one's called the Overdrive, but the other one is called the Super Overdrive, surely logic would say that the Super Overdrive is better because it's super.
I mean, you'd think, but knowing Boss products, I had a DS1 and a DS2, which was the whatever the DS1's called, and then the turbo version of whatever the DS1.
the distortion and then the turbo.
Turbo
distortion. Yeah, by that logic, the turbo distortion would be better, wouldn't it? Because it's turbo, and that's like 90 slang for super.
Yeah, and let me tell you, the turbo distortion was dreadful.
Yeah, it was turbo.
Yeah, it was more turbo than turbo. And I know other people have got good sounds out of it, but I couldn't get along with it.
Yeah. Maybe it's got a bad one. I mean, I had a DS1 before I bought this other DS1. And I could swear that it just sounded crap. So I sold it to the Guitar Geek.
Guess where I sold my turbo my DS2?
No.
Went to the Guitar Geek.
That's crazy, man.
And I believe he's going to do a shootout between a DS1 and a DS2, so it's probably your DS1 and my DS2.
That's it. Oh, claim to fame. So I mean, my idea was that surely we've got to debunk the myth that the Super Overdrive, I don't know if it's a myth or if it's just in my head, but the myth that the Super Overdrive is more super than the Overdrive. And I do a very impartial video. So this will be out. I mean, if you're listening to this podcast, it will be out minus 4 days ago. So, but when we're recording, it hasn't been released yet.
Plus 2 days. Plus 2 days from now, I think.
Yeah, so it's scheduled for Wednesday at about 4 o'clock. So check that out retrospectively. Yeah, Matt, you can check it out.
Yeah.
So in the video, I don't make any comments about the pedals. I just do it kind of scientifically, where we go through the gain ranges, we go through the tone stack. I do them in a track each, so where we play something very similar and see how they sit, kind of in a mix. It was like a very rough mix without any bass guitar, kind of guitar and drums, but you get a kind of flavour for it.
You don't need a bass.
But then, I mean, if you've got two overdrive pedals and you're like comparing one to the other and one to the other, what's the logical end goal of this?
Is it stack them together?
It is stack them together. Well done, Matthew. You are a guitarist at heart. So that happens as well.
Well, of course, if you've got two overdrive pedals on the floor and they're both plugged in, you click one on and then click the other one on and put the first one off.
Yeah.
And then you go, well, that sounded like that and that sounded like that. What if I put them both on?
Yeah.
And then I put both of the gains at max, both of the tones at max, and both of the volumes at max.
I didn't do that. I got them at like a nice little sweet crunch together and stack them into each other, and it ends up like pretty much a very decent classic rock tone. So to avoid any copyright issues, I play a very close but non-copyrighted version of a classic song, and it is your quest as a viewer of the video to
work out what the song is.
This, do you know those those daytime telephone competition kind of things where they give you a choice of 3 things and the other 2 options are ridiculous.
Yeah,
it's a little bit like that. It is so obvious. It will likely make you chuckle.
I mean, it's you, so it's probably Thin Lizzy.
Bingo. I mean, I'm saying nothing. But yes, it is Thin Lizzy. So that is that. I've done some other things. I mean, so that'll be on the Pedalboards of Doom YouTube channel, not on mine, and that'll be on Wednesday. Literally, like yesterday, we had Lee's DC2W as well. So we're going through a little like boss phase at the moment, and considering it's got 4 buttons, you'd think like 4 settings or like what like 4, 5, 6, 7 pretty much I think it is, because you can do 2 together but they have to be adjoining ones, like 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 3 and 4. The pedal it's really subtle in terms of chorus.
It's not chorus, it's dimension, isn't it?
Yeah, well, yeah.
I mean, it's chorus, but
yeah. I mean, let's not flounce about it.
It's what pretentious people call dimension.
It's like the gin bar of the chorus world, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, but this, in its defence, it was released back in the 80s before hipsters were a thing. And yeah, so I mean, it's kind of chorusy. It works in a slightly different way, but you basically get the same sound, don't you? And Lee's done a quite clinical demo again, where it's rather than saying, "Oh, this thing's brilliant," blah blah blah. He just goes through the tones and he does like a rather tasty little kind of chordal loop, and it's really quite a subtle effect. But it sounded amazing, pretty much throughout the entire thing, which is making me eat my hat. Like,
yeah. I mean, I need to check this out, but I've always said that there's no such thing as dimension, and an uncontrollable 4-button chorus is the last thing that I think I'd ever want. But if you're saying it's good, I'm gonna have to check this video out and probably eat my words as well. Yeah,
I mean, I'm eating my words all over the shop, because the Super Overdrive sounded great, the Overdrive sounded great, together they sounded great, and now the DC2W is sounding great. What am I missing out on here? Like, am I missing out on some awesome pedals?
Everything you've ever known is a lie.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm sure there's like Facebook inspirational quotes that mirror this kind of feeling. It's just one of them, and it like I feel a bit like Eeyore, where everything is just darkness and sad.
Oh. Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like I need to now, rather than just shit on Boss, I need to give them the benefit of the doubt, and actually their product's pretty good.
I'm really surprised that you got 2 Boss drive pedals to stack together well, because I have never had a good sound from a stacked Boss drive pedal, even if you stack it with something that isn't Boss.
Yeah.
I quite like the DS1 on its own, but I've never managed to get it to stack with anything. Same with the OD one. I don't particularly mind the sound, but I've never managed to stack it with anything that didn't then just make it sound horrendous.
Yeah, I think like I say, the trick to the stacking of the overdrives was not just cranking the bollocks off everything,
Yeah, I wasn't actually suggesting that was the best thing to do.
Yeah, I mean it's the guitarist thing to do, but it's, yeah, I got them set to both a light crunch, so it weren't overly compressing, it weren't like squishing any dynamic juices out of it. It was still a usable sound, but brought the flavour of both of them together. And I did the super overdrive into the overdrive because the overdrive, it reminds me like at the midpoint between the blues driver and the super overdrive. So blues driver's really kind of toppy and can get really harsh if you want it to, and the super overdrive is so smooth, it's like a circle, it doesn't have any corners. It's really it's mid push. You think kind of their take on the tube screamer. You did exactly what I did about 5 minutes into the cast there and hit your own microphone.
I did. I didn't get much sleep last night, so I mean, I was trying to cover a yawn and I just punched my microphone instead.
There we go. I mean, I've done exactly the same, and that'll be a game for you listeners to see if you can point out the exact timestamps where both of us have punched our microphones. I think I've just given your game away, but there we go. The other one's up for grabs.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to say it's the last one that we're going to do in this cast as well.
Nope.
So there you go. So yeah, as I was saying, like the blues driver is really toppy, and it's like the kind of the real upper mids, and the super overdrive is pretty much along the lines of your classic tube screamer. I think the clipping is different. It's asymmetrical in the super overdrive and it's symmetrical in the tube screamers, which...
You're just saying words at me at this
point. I mean, like every so often, I'll have a chat with Stuart from Tate Effects about kind of guitar-y stuff, like in-depth, nerdy guitar-y stuff. And he'll throw out these terms, and I'll get him to describe them to me like you would to a 5-year-old child. And he does a really good job of it. He's so patient, and he teaches me every time. And then, like within 5 minutes, I'm going, "Oh, look, there's some toys." There's my attention span gone.
I mean, I don't know. Like, I can guess what the difference between symmetrical and asymmetrical clipping is, but I'm not putting that on the internet because I might be so wrong. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, my understanding is that you've got an uneven amount of diodes clipping either side of the signal. So say you've got two on one side and one on the other. If you've got symmetrical clipping, you've got 2 on each side or 1 on each side. The whole of the so the peaks and the troughs of the signal will be clipped equally. Whereas if there's one that's doing more than the other, so one of the sides is doing more clipping than the other, you'll get a more dynamic response because you'll get the squash on the one side, but then the headroom on the other.
Okay.
So you get a slightly more amp-like response, tube-like response, because it's more dynamic as well as adding the compression. That's what I understand. If you are a pedal nerd, so Stuart, Joe, Simon, Adrian, if you're listening, you feel free to jump in the podcast group and correct my horrible understanding of the situation. Like, no, that's not even what it does. It doesn't do anything like that.
I mean, mine was going to be worse. I was just going to say that, like, symmetrical would be like a square wave and asymmetrical would be like sawtooth waves and stuff.
No, I mean, square waves is more hard, like super hard clipping, like fuzzies, where rather than just clipping the top of the real peak of the sine wave, it clips it so much that it's almost kind of plateaued, and that's where you get fuzz. Brian Wampler's done this topic maybe like 4 or 5 times on the Chasing Tone podcast, and no matter how many times he describes it and goes into the detail about kind of how you define the different types. Nope.
I mean, if it was just Brian Wampler on that podcast, I'd give it a listen, but it's not.
Are you not a fan of our Blake?
I mean, I don't even know whether he was the guy that was on it 2 years ago when I stopped listening.
Okay. Yeah, he probably was. I think he's been doing it for a while.
But, which the other guy just, I don't want to say annoyed me, but he just, like the constant talk of biscuits and gravy when Brian's in the middle of explaining something that I'm actually quite interested in, and the other guy's just looking for a joke. I mean, I totally understand that that's what we do.
That's the pot saying, "You black motherfucker."
But it didn't hook me in enough for me to ever go back. I think I listened to maybe 25 or 30 episodes of Chasing Tone and never went back. Yeah,
I mean, I like the fact that Blake assumes the role. Not necessarily like plays the role, because I think this is him, but he assumes the role of like the everyman, and we'll come to the discussion with, I understand what a diode is, but what is clipping? So he pretty much plays the role of what we're doing now, but we're both Blakes. At least,
but at the same time, neither of us claim to be.
I mean, he has Brian Wampler to bounce off, whereas
we have each other.
It's very much. I mean, but we've not digressed to talking about which pizza topping's our favourite, or biscuits and gravy, because biscuits and gravy in the UK is an absolutely horrendous concept. Like digestives and bisto, what? Fucking horrible. I understand that like the biscuits aren't real biscuits. It's more like a bready substance, and the gravy is like a creamy sauce kind of thing. I understand that. So America, don't be up in arms at me. But for us in the UK, that's not what it means. For us in the UK, a biscuit is like a cookie almost. And gravy is the stuff you put on your roast dinners, so like your Christmas
thick brown,
thick brown, viscous, tastes a bit like meat. So like
doesn't particularly pair well with a digestive.
That's it. Like meat sauce and cookies does not sound. It doesn't sound anywhere as appealing as biscuits and gravy, does it?
Yeah. I'm
glad we cleared that one up. I'm glad we've tackled the important things.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm looking over at the time, and it's approaching ever closer to the hour, almost dangerously so. So I think we should probably talk about some news. I mean, I had some other things to talk about, but news. I think news, because otherwise Joe is going to win, completely win this week. And we can't have that, can we? We can't have it.
No.
So, news. So, I'm going to give you a choice here, Matt. 1, 2, 3, or 4. What are we saying?
2. 2. We'll have 2.
Okay, so, Fender Player. The Fender Player series. Released about a year ago, so replacing the Made in Mexico, the Mexican standard.
Mexican standard.
Yeah. So, I mean, it amalgamates some of them, doesn't it? Because there was.
Yeah, there's some of the higher up Mexican stuff as well.
Yeah, so there was the classic. You had like classic 50s, 60s, and all that, and I think they've all gone into the player, haven't they? And stuff like the Baja telly as well. That's kind of it's all got. Oh dear, that was a sneeze. I think I want to keep that in. So the player series generally well received, seen as an upgrade of the Made in Mexico stuff. The hardware, especially like the strap trims, have gone from like the ridiculous 6 saddle, never gonna trem even if you set it up within an inch of its life trem, now to the 2-point trims, which are slightly more reliable. Still not gonna.
Still don't do it.
Yeah. But I mean, you'd be more inclined to Alnico pickups rather than ceramic magnet pickups. Generally, just a higher end feel, largely to compete with the classic vibes, which were all but wiping the floor with them, pretty much. So there's no.
I mean, we literally in one of the local pages today, somebody was like, "Are the new players any better than my Squire Classic vibe? Because the Mexicans were crap."
Yeah,
it was literally a discussion in one of our local musician groups today, and I was like, I believe they're better, but go and try one.
Yeah. I mean, I played a player strat, and it was nice. It was really nice. Don't get me wrong. The pickup sounded really good, which was a change. I would find it difficult to want to justify that over the classic vibe, just because the classic vibes are so good. It's not putting down the players at all. They are a vast improvement on the Mexicans, and if you wanted something with fender on the headstock, absolutely, I would say you're not taking a downgrade as you would have been with the Mexican standards previously. It's like they're kind of level pegging pretty much. So yeah, they have brought out another couple of colours in that range. I thought it was Inca Silver, but apparently it's not. It's just silver, which looks a bit more like metallic grey. So they've got this silver colour, and they've got.
Is that not what silver is? Silver, not just metallic grey. What's the difference between silver and metallic grey?
So, if I'm thinking silver, I'm thinking like a really light colour, almost like a chrome. Which it's okay. Yeah, you're almost getting a lot of the light reflection, whereas this is like a dark, almost like a metallic light charcoal. Does that make more sense?
Yeah. I mean, guess.
We could refer to Dulux color charts if you want.
I mean, can you do Vasper colour charts? We don't have Dulux over here.
I don't need. Is that a what?
Vasper, it's B&Q's in-house brand.
Yes, I should be able to do that. I've got B&Q down the road.
So yeah, if you go and get a B&Q colour chart, and
I think it might be closed now, but for next week we'll discuss colour charts. So next week's going to be the B&Q colour chart special. Oh dear. So yeah, like dark, like a light charcoal metallic. And the other one is the Capri Orange, which absolutely fantastic colour. I once saw a stag strap which was in matte Capri Orange, and even though it was a stag strap, I thought, shit me, that's amazing. So I mean, that's a testament to it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not normally one for bright colours, but I think Capri Orange is the exception that proves the rule.
Yeah, absolutely. So the 3 examples that I have seen, and this is where perhaps takes a little turn. So we've got the two strats. So we've got strat in one, like one of each of the colours. The silver strat has got a white guard and a rosewood board. The orange one has got a white guard and a maple board.
So it's got the bad guard and a bad board on the strat. If you want the Capri orange,
I'm going to describe the next one, and we'll discuss the whole thing here. Right, they've done a Jazz Master.
Yeah.
So, like, also known as the worst one.
I mean, it's better than a Jaguar. It's not short scale. Better than a Jaguar.
Yeah, I suppose. Okay. Blackguard.
Better.
Rosewood board.
Yes, that's exactly what you want. Do that in the Strat and the Telly, please.
That's it. Yeah, do that one. Yeah. And I think that's pretty much how it needs to be summed up. Is do that one across the board, because like we said, the orange is a really fantastic, vibrant colour. It's almost like the Charvel Pro. Was it the Pro Mod?
I'm not sure it was the Pro Mod or the DK24. I can't remember.
It was one of those, wasn't it? The really cool ones that were like £800 or something.
The DK, I think it's DK24, the pink one.
The pink one. They had like a really light blue and a.
It might even be called the Pro Mod DK24.
Yeah, I think it might have been. Either way, those ones, the ones that were cool and now are more difficult to find. It's kind of along the lines of that. They had maple necks, but theirs were roasted, so it was a little bit darker, which kind of it worked as the contrast. With the white guard and the maple neck, it just looks cheap.
And we've discussed this about white guards in the past. I don't know whether it was like after a cast or during a cast, but white guards just cheapen everything.
Yeah, it was one of our used views, I believe.
Because like when you think of something with a white guard, you think of an Encore Strat or a Stag Strat, or
we do.
Those Star Pack guitars
we do, and
with the brilliant white plastics, and
I think as well, it's just the genericness of it, because you look back at Strats over time and they've all had, like, I mean, you look at like certain Strats that Clapton will use and he'll have a white guard, and like Bryan Adams and he'll have a white guard, and just everyone, and it's a white guard Strat, and it got that way where it was like, if it's got a white guard and a maple neck, or a white guard and a burst, it just ends up looking like every other fucking Strat that you've ever seen. Yeah,
and nobody wants to, like, the whole thing that's great about guitar is nobody wants to look the same as somebody else and have the same stuff as everybody else. You want a bit of uniqueness, don't you?
Yeah, so grab a torque guard and look like no one, everyone else who's not the people who've got white guard. I noticed the irony of us telling people to just buy like a black guard or a torque guard, but honestly, the Capri orange with a black guard and a rosewood board, the contrast of the dark on the really bright body looks amazing.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it happens to be on the Jazzmaster. So
fuck that.
Swing and a miss.
I've had a Jazzmaster, and I got rid of the Jazzmaster, and I don't mind the shape. The pickups are weird. The extra tone circuit, I mean,
it's a clever thing, but it's just, I think it's the pickups more than anything, because it's a bit like kind of the uncanny valley kind of syndrome, where it's like Fender scale length, and it's a similar kind of neck profile. You're thinking, okay, I'm this is comfortable, this is familiar. You look down at the body and it's got that cool kind of offset thing. You think, yeah, this is familiar, but with a bit of different. I'm liking this. And then you go to
plug it in.
Oh, what's going on? Where's the look deep, soully grunt?
Yeah, and then you've got that trem system that just ruins your life.
Yeah, and then you realise that despite it being massively chimey, you were on the neck pickup. And you're like, oh, there's even worse.
Yeah, and then and as you're strumming, of course, all of the strings are falling off the saddles.
Yeah. Oh, it's a massive faff. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, the colour combination looks great. I don't know if they're doing them in matte or in gloss. I think the orange would look really fantastic in matte, but who knows? I assume they're probably going to be the same price as well. I'm going to save the other things for the live cast, which will be on Sunday.
Yesterday,
yes. So we're going to save those.
Yeah, it'll be next week's cast yesterday.
Yeah. I am going to end us up with a discussion topic, which I should have done slightly earlier. Sorry, I just got a WhatsApp as well. It was a group of nerds texting me because I was part of a Facebook messenger chat of local Pokemon Go nerds so that we could organise our raiding. As of the 23rd, so like last Wednesday or something, Facebook decided to have a way with the group chat function. So,
this hasn't affected me in any way. I've got like 20 group chats in Messenger, and all of them are fine.
I don't know what wizardry has happened there, but all of the group chats that I had, apart from the ones that are pertaining to the podcast, weirdly, have now ended. They literally like kicked everyone out of the group on Wednesday.
You see, that's really weird because none of mine have done that at all.
So essentially, what we did, we started a WhatsApp group. So take that, Facebook. But it does mean that whenever Pokemon Go stuff happens, it literally like flashes it, because I've got my WhatsApp set to notifications rather than on, because I've got an Android phone now. There's like a little bubble at the side, which just like it does like your little 1 or 2 or whatever, telling you how many notifications you got. So it's slightly more intrusive and makes me go off on a like 5-minute tangent on a podcast. So, just for anyone who is interested. Yeah, so for anyone who's interested, I've done like 23 Rayquaza raids and got 1 shiny. Those are terrible odds. But yeah, that means nothing to 98% of you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm playing Pokemon Go, but I'm doing it very casually. I like if I can be asked to walk down 5 minutes walk away. There's a gym that has a raid pretty much every night just before I go to work. If I can be asked, I'll go and do it. If I can't, I don't bother.
And that's the kind of casual gaming that doesn't get you a raid team. Damn it, Matthew.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely don't have a raid team.
No, I'd imagine. Because I was literally, in my old flat, I was probably less than a mile away from where I am now. There was nothing going on there, absolutely nothing. Now I've moved to this place, it's like Pokemon Central. But I feel like we're going on a little bit of a tangent again. And this discussion was sent in personally by a chap on Instagram, HB Guitar, one of the Guitar Cartel guys. He sent me through a couple of pictures, which pretty fucking hilarious. So the discussion topic is what we think of the cropping up of signature instruments, should I say, because there's a bass on this as well. So some of these things we've discussed on the cast before. Phil Lynott P bass we mentioned a couple of weeks ago, 11,699, so pretty much 12 grand. We made our opinions pretty well known about that then. On the same website, I think it was Anderton's, it was taking these shots from. Stevie Ray Vaughan, like custom shop Strat, 738. 20, the best part of 26k for a Stevie Ray Vaughan Strat. This one really surprised me. Eddie Van Halen. So I assume this is the EVH guitar company, which I assume is licensed through Fender or I don't know. So EVH, like signature, so single humbucker, Floyd Rose, not in the colour you'd think. So not in the.
So it's not the red one with the white squiggles.
Yeah, so not the 5150 paint job. This is the black with yellow striping, and this is coming in at 15,769. So essentially like 16k.
That's horrendous.
It's a lot of money, isn't it?
It's a lot of money for the guitar that you don't even know that Van Halen plays.
I mean, I'm pretty hi-fi on this one because there's like three colours, isn't there? There's the 5150, which is the red, white and black striping. You've got this one, and then you've got the black one. The white one with black striping as well. They're all.
You've got the red one with the white, and that's the only one I know.
Yeah. I mean that's the kind of quintessential. Check me out with my giant words. The quintessential Eddie Van Halen kind of guitar, but I mean they are all signature things. I believe that they were all the same Strat that were painted differently in different eras. Clapton. So if you were thinking of Clapton Sig, what would you be thinking, Matt?
So give me Blackie or Brownie?
Yeah. So
or me. Like those would be your first ones. Then maybe an SG.
Okay. Yeah.
Then a 335. Mm-hmm. Are we there yet?
No.
I'm really struggling now.
Okay.
I don't think I've seen played anything else.
Yeah. I mean, he's played like big jazz box, like 175, I think.
Yeah.
There was the telly that he ended up giving to Andy Summers.
Didn't know that was a thing, but okay.
There was a Les Paul that he. Was that the one that he traded George Harrison for his wife? Maybe I'm getting the story mixed up here, but like a.
I thought that was a Strat, but it might well be a Les Paul.
Yeah, wine red Les Paul. It's none of those, Matt. It's none of those. So this is the blindingly obvious one that we missed out. The Clapton single pickup Firebird.
What? That's not like I've never ever seen him use a Firebird.
Search your memories, Matt. This is the one that comes up past the Strat. This is the one that you see him using every day. Oh shit, me.
Yeah. So yeah, this is the one that he uses at all the Crossroads gigs, isn't it? Yeah, his single pickup fire. Have they basically got a load of the fucking Joe Bonamassa Firebirds left over, and they've thought, who else can we put the name on? See if we can flog this shit.
Yeah, a bit of sanding on the back of the neck. Just scribble your name on there, Clapton. Come on, there's probably. I mean, it's not too dissimilar, to be fair. But yeah, so Clapton, single pickup Firebird. Oh, like, what would you think they'd be asking for for the single pickup Firebird?
I mean, like, what should they be asking, and what do I think they're asking?
So let's go with what they will be asking. Go on. What you think?
It's going to be something stupid, isn't it? It's going to be like £6,500.
It's even more than that. It's 9 on 7. It's 6,999.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Where are you getting these figures from, Gibson?
I reckon they've got a dartboard with like ridiculous prices on them.
No, they've got 3 dartboards. One's got people's names on it. One's got a style of guitar, and the other one's got a price.
That's it. Yeah, here we go. So it's
and you throw it, and then you move, and then you throw it and move.
Yeah, but it's got, so rather than a dartboard where it's like you've got however many, like 20 equal segments, it's got half of the dartboard is Joe Bonamassa. You've got like another like
a third of it is
another
Slash.
third Slash, yeah, and then the tiny bits is like Clapton, Gary Moore. Okay, so it's another Bonamassa signature. Firebird X. Oh shit, we've just ran them all over. Shit. So, what do you think about? I mean, so the cropping up of signature instruments. I think it was made popular in the late 80s, early 90s, wasn't it? And it's pretty much done that since.
I mean, yeah, but when you think of signature instruments, even up until 3 or 4 years ago, you think of like £3,000 instruments.
Yeah.
You don't think £27,000 for a single pickup Firebird that's got Joe Bonamassa and Eric Clapton's name on it for no apparent reason.
A double header.
Yeah, I do know where they get the prices from, because they put stupid prices on it and people buy them, so they put the prices up again, and then people buy them, so they put the prices up again, and then people buy them, so they put the prices up again. So I guess that's where it's coming from.
Yeah.
But, like, they're not up to, like, you or I will never own any of these signature models.
No, I think if I had £26,000 just kicking about, I would not be going, let's get to the guitar shop. I need a Stevie Ray Vaughan signature Strat.
Yeah, I could think of 1,000 things that I would buy before I got to a Stevie Ray Vaughan signature for $26,000.
Yeah. There's a fair amount. Yeah. I mean, I'd probably start some form of like blow addiction before I decided that $26,000 on a Strat was sensible.
Yeah, like you'd have to be a multi-millionaire to think that it's okay to spend $26,000 on a single guitar.
Yeah. I mean, it is for those hardcore collectors, and it's not for those hardcore collectors who are your average Joe. It's for your high earner collectors, isn't it?
Yeah, but all of the signatures seem to be going this way. You don't seem to get the, like, there was signature, like, yes, we've had the Hendrix and the Ed O'Brien and
yeah. I mean, I was just about to say that actually. You've got the Brad Paisley, the Ed O'Brien, and the Hendrix.
But they're Mexican guitars for £1,000, which is excessive in its own right.
Yeah,
I know they came down to like £700 when they actually, but they were
when reality slapped them.
Yeah, when they couldn't sell them, they dropped them. But yeah, like they everything seems to be, let's put a massive price tag on it because it's got Fred's name on it, and
yeah, I mean, part of it will be the kind of prestige of the custom shop luthiers working on the instruments, and the attention to detail that they're going down to. Like they're doing stupid shit like X-raying the guitar to see X, Y, and Z, and meticulously taking it apart and studying each and every one of the fine chips within the paintwork and the knocks and the dents and all that.
That's fine, but Gibson do that with their collector's choice, and they're all hand built by one person, and those guitars are between $5 and $8 new. So where are you getting $27 for a Stevie Ray Vaughan Strat?
I mean, that suggests to me that a good 18k is the prestige of it being Stevie Ray's instrument there, isn't it then?
Yeah, I don't like the idea. I don't know whether it's just because I'm a cheap ass and I don't like the idea of stuff not being available to the masses.
Yeah. I'm not too thrilled about it either, if I'm honest. I mean, I'd be very begrudging to pay anything over, say, like 1.5 for an instrument. It would take something really special for me to want to spend that kind of cash on an instrument. But that's just where I'm at. I know there are people who commonly go out and plunge 2, 3, 4k into the newest custom shop arrivals. But it takes it to that next level, doesn't it? Where you're asking $15,000 for an Eddie Van Halen signature.
Yeah, and it's not even the Eddie Van Halen signature that people would recognise either. Like,
yeah,
yeah. I don't like it. I think we need to go back to the days where the Clapton Strat was like £2,500 and it was a custom shop.
Yeah,
and you know it's broadly the same level as the rest of the custom shops, maybe a couple of £100 extra because it's got Clapton's name on it, rather than this blind faith telly that they released last week that we haven't talked about and probably don't have time. I reckon that'll be $10,000.
Oh yeah, easy. Yeah.
And that's just ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, as you said with our little preamble for the podcast, sounds like a telly.
Yeah. It sounds like a 60s telly.
Yeah.
Which it is. Yeah, ace.
Yeah, I mean, you're getting a classic vibe, which is got to do 80% of the way there, and it'll be
broadly similar.
Yeah, and it's like 400.
Doesn't have a hideous Strat headstock on it.
That's it, £50. So it is what it is. I think that's a lovely place to wrap up, because we've come full circle, haven't we? I like that.
We have.
It doesn't happen often. So if you want to find us online, you pretty much know where you need to do it these days. It's the Fret Talk Podcast group in Facebook groups. The links are in the show notes, so feel free to just click those. If you want to catch me online, it's BudgetPedalChap at everything. So Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, at BudgetPedalChap or /BudgetPedalChap, whichever one is easier. Again, links in the show notes. Matt, you are heel_MattQ at Twitch, Twitter, or something else.
Instagram,
that's the one. Twinstagram. And as I've been saying for the past couple of weeks, which I'm going to continue to say, share this podcast. Share it with one person you think will jump on board. Because if you do that, our listenership doubles. That makes me happy. It makes Matt happy. It will also mean that we can potentially bring more competitions your way, because the more listenership that I can show to companies, the more that they'll want to give you free stuff, essentially. So please do that, because it will make us bigger and better. And just as a final kind of thank you for being listeners, because we love doing this. It's amazing fun. Taking the piss out of various guitar stuff, making dick jokes is just amazing. It's great fun.
It is.
So, from myself, Mr. BudgetPedalChap, from Mr. Matthew of Quine, it will be a tatty bye and good night for this week. Say bye, Matt.
Bye, Matt.
Whey! Right, that's it. Tatty bye. Ta-ra.
Bye.
I didn't point the mic at you this week. Here we go. Bye, Matt. Oh, it's a good one. I am absolutely sweating my taters off here.